transformation has three core phases. The first phase is disruption. That's when you take a step forward in your life and you get ready to put your foot down on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden, the sidewalk isn't where it used to be, right? Or the rug gets pulled out from under you. And disruption, which is actually in the gate 51 in human design, which we're actually going to talk about a little bit today. Disruption brings with it the promise to recalibrate and realign yourself, to bring you into a deeper harmony and alignment with your higher purpose, your spiritual self, and a deeper connection to source. When we go through a cycle of disruption, the second phase of what happens is we step into a phase that's called liminality, or I like to call it the void. Suddenly we're standing there, the sidewalk's not where it was, the rug got pulled out from under us, we're flat on our butts on the floor going, hey, what just happened? And it's a strange period, because all of a sudden who we were before, that identity no longer is sufficient, right? It doesn't define who we are. And we're sitting kind of in this unknown place. And if we don't have a tool to navigate our way through the void, two possible things can happen. Actually, three. The first thing is you could just descend into a pit of despair. And I think for some of us, we know that place very well, where you are riddled with anxiety and you feel powerless and disempowered and overwhelmed, and you just get stuck in the void. And certainly, in the newness of this transition, if you're in the, kind of feeling like what just happened, and you're in the shock and the awe of, oh my gosh, everything just suddenly changed. When you're in the void, it's a natural place to feel that way. It's a natural thing to feel that way. And I certainly would say for those of you who may be having that experience, it's okay. You're not failing spiritually or in any way. So let yourself have those feelings, but be mindful of the difference between experiencing the feelings versus getting stuck. You start to find that you're not making a lot of progress through that emotional hole. Pay attention to what's going on. The second thing that can happen if we're not careful is when we go into the void, it's very easy, if you don't have a sense of who you are or who you'd like to be, or if you look at it in the metaphor of a map, if you don't know where your point B on your map is, it's very easy for us to slide back into the old way of doing things. But it's very easy when you go through the void to get re-triggered and try to go back to the way things were instead of going forward. The third thing that happens, and this is the good part, is that we begin to redefine the narrative, the story of who we are, and we begin to start steering the forces, our creative forces, towards moving into that new identity, that new possibility, that new definition of what is the new normal. And it is, by design, an expansive process. We are not designed to go through these kinds of limitations and then just shrink. These are, in fact, initiations that have the power to bring us back into harmony with what is truth and with our integrity, meaning our right place and the value of our right place in the cosmic plan.